Alright everyone, welcome back to Master of Command. This is Prophet of the Constitution. Last time we left off, ready to fight the Battle of Durban here, right outside Durban, what do you know. Alright, we did do some customization for our units. I'm still working on the unit names as far as figuring out the naming conventions that the Russians use. They have a lot of uniformity with their uniforms. The colors and standards are different, usually based on what city their regiment is meant to represent, for example. So anyway, we have the Hussars that we've upgraded, or customized, I should say. The first Novoserbsky Hussars, the Nyarvsky Horse Grenadiers, 2nd Grenadier Belozersky, 1st Grenadier Rumyantsev, and Yaroslavsky Infantry. Now, I may be adjusting some of those in the future, and hopefully my pronunciation stayed fairly acceptable. One thing that's interesting, the Hussars, as far as I could tell, looking at Kronoskaf and everywhere else, they did not have regimental colors during the 7 Years' War. So, interesting. I may give them some, I may not. I kind of left it just blank, its own thing for now. We'll see, I might adjust that in the future. Anyway, we have a battle to get to. They have Hussars, Jaegers, recruits. We should be able to win this fairly handily. Again, we're trying to do our best to ration our supplies, because at the moment the supplies are not in the greatest position, shall we say. Right, let us see what kind of terrain we got. Lots of open terrain going on here. There is a hill up there up north. Alright, nothing too crazy. I think I'd like to set up the line across here somewhat. Alright, so let's get that hill and those woods. They did have cavalry, and where's the Jaegers? Right in front. Alright, fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. We definitely have to watch those Jaegers. I do not want my troops getting plinked to death, if we can help it at all. We're going to attempt to take position before the enemy can. Trading fire in the woods is definitely going to be very, very interesting. I do believe we're going to attempt to get the Jaegers taken out as quickly as possible with a cavalry charge. We may receive some fire, but it's worth it if we can put a stop to their shenanigans. I've deemed the risk somewhat acceptable. Recruits are receiving fire. Hopefully the cav can finish the job before they receive more fire. I'm going to go ahead and send the cavalry in against the Freikorps recruits as well. Excellent. Excellent. That does help us save on ammo, that's for sure. Alright, time to pull the cavalry back. Our infantry has gotten a fairly solid position here. Fantastic. Those infantry there may be making a return. We'll have to see and find out. No need to chase them down at the moment. We'll just offer them fire. I may decide to move up in the charge. Once we offer the volley with the recruits. Want to be prepared. We are about to get charged by the cavalry. The excellent thing is that we are going to hit them with our own cavalry before they get the opportunity to do that. Our cavalry is taking losses, however. Those Freikorps Hussars are not to be underestimated, that's for sure. So, that's alright. Our cavalry getting blooded a little bit, getting some experience. Some proper battle experience, that's not a bad thing. Developing a proper grenadier brigade is going to be crucial right now for us conserving resources, that is for sure. Very much so. Likewise with our cavalry, so that should be excellent. And we're taking them down there. Well, we're tired, but they're exhausted. Those Cantonist recruits, they don't know what to do. They're having problems. It's a bad day for them. They have Russians crawling up their flank. It's just not a good time for them. This side charge is going to be very devastating as well. Excellent. Fantastic, that's the battle. Alright, pretty good battle as well. Though I am looking forward to us getting artillery shortly, hopefully. The issue is we really do not have the ammo supplies for artillery. We wouldn't get much use out of them for the moment. We need to try to get as many units as possible individually. Use money for brigades. That way our raiding is more effective. We'll get a lot more loot from that, and that's how we'll be able to keep our resource numbers up. I'm very happy to get cavalry lances. That's excellent. Let us see. We lost 466 men and our reserves are dwindling. I may need to do reserves this time. Yeah, we're gonna do reservists this time. Definitely don't want to let that get out of control. Surf recruits. What are you gonna do, surf recruits? We already have 2 cavalry, 2 grenadiers. We need another line unit, so we're gonna make them reserve musketeers. That should help some. Hopefully. Alright. That's not too bad there. Let's move this down. Move this down as well. We have tons of colors and uniforms and whatnot. I'm really hoping it'll lead to some troops. I mean, they're good to sell too, but getting the units would be phenomenal. Alright, we have these 2 outposts here. We do have ammo that's very cheap here. Food that's cheap here. And trade hub to sell things here. We really need to kind of work our way down there. We need more outposts too. There's an outpost down here as well. Alright, we're going to check out Durban. Hello, Durban. How you doing? Not too bad, not too bad. I do want new units because that would be fantastic. Frontier recruits. Cossacks. And Pandora skirmishers, too. Pandora skirmishers. Cossack skirmishers. They have less men. They're very fast, though. Interesting. Okay. That's definitely something to consider. They're cheaper, too. Alright, but we want reservists while they're available on the cheap. So we're going to do that. Just to shore up our numbers. And that helps a bunch. We're at 4830 now. Alright, let's see what this outpost has to offer. Forlorn Hope. Some reservists. HQ by 1 week, HQ by 2 weeks, expending ammo. I'm going to do the 2 weeks. That's going to cut us close on ammo, but that should give us a lot more time. Because we need to extend Act 1 as long as we possibly can. That's essential. I'm hoping we get another battle or two to get more money here, because I need the money for the ammo right there. Alright, coin. Tollers give up reservists. That's not too bad. Provisions for reservists. Ammo for reservists. 60 tollers. 90 provisions. 180 ammo. I think I'll do the provisions because that's our biggest drain at the moment. We're about to have ammo here, so we're going to go do this. Fantastic. Alright, let's see. Some better guns on offer. Not great, not amazing, but... oh, crap. Jaeger rifles. Oh, man, I want those Jaeger rifles. We need the ammo, though, right now. Not enough for the Jaeger rifles. What we'll do is we'll have to swing back up here, because we also have some excellent officers I want to look into here. We'll have to swing back up here after selling stuff down south. So that's where we're going to go. We're going to go sell some stuff. Hopefully run into a battle or two on the way there. Mercenaries. Alright. Patrol armies. Every army. HQ. We have just enough. We're going to do the HQ. Alright. We are going to be selling lots and lots and lots of things here because we need boatloads of money at the moment. Even the food is getting short. Okay. Gunsmith. Let's see. Anything interesting here? It's okay. Equally okay. Alright. So, we're going to buy food as well once we sell things. So let's sell stuff. I'm going to sell extras of these too just because we desperately need money. I'm going to keep some of these on hand, obviously. I don't want to give up all of it. Considering that could be a quick, fast track to get some good money. Yeah, we don't have artillery yet either, so I'm going to get rid of those. It's tough, because some of this stuff I know we can use with newer units, but we just need money right now to get our resources, to get our equipment, and to get our soldiers, because truly what will fix our resource problems is raiding. Most definitely. I'm not sure. I don't know when the next time I'll get a bonus to sale price will be, so we'll sell that too. Alright, let's check it out. We got accuracy and range, stamina, Move speed. That might not be bad, actually, for a Grenadier commander. Move speed and boatloads of stamina. They can keep going on the charge. Alright. Fantastic. Barracks. Let's see. Pondour Musketeers. Observation Musketeers. Dragoons. We're going to get surf recruits. We're going to buy out all the food while it's so low a cost. Next brigade is 600. Not going to do it just yet because we don't actually need it just yet. Alright. Fantastic. I do like this guy, but I'm going to go up to the other place and get troops if I can, maybe. Alright, let's see what we got over here. Let's try to get this outpost. We'll get the convoy too while we're at it. No, we're going to delay the HQ and get 50 provisions. That's how we're going to do it. Excellent. Alright. Fantastic. Another delay. That's excellent. And we get the Kievsky Musketeers. That's wonderful. Alright, new brigade. Fantastic. Tula muskets. I'm actually going to give this to our grenadiers right now is what's going to happen. Give them the Potsdams. Alright. Fantastic. That is looking very, very good. Alright, so we have to do battlefields. They're all over here. I think there was a Jaeger rifle up here. We've got to go get that because we can't really afford not to. The Jaeger rifles are so good, I want them. And we need this even more, actually. A battle. They thought it was fantastic chasing us till they realized what we were. They realized we're Russians. Alright. Freikorps Field Artillery. Recruits. 2 Provincial Cav. Musketeers. Land Millets and Recruits. Okay. The main concern for me right now in this one is the cavalry, which is equivalent to our own, but probably better equipped, and their artillery. I do not want that artillery getting the opportunity to hammer our troops for an extended period. So hopefully we will not allow that to be an option. Our favorite little town there. See, I don't want to try to approach this hill and take it because they will get there first, irregardless of how fast our men are. So, that being said, we're going to go west to our favorite area over here. Just get the whole army over here. Because we are going to take up in the town. Sounds excellent to me. I am not going to fight them on their ground. They are going to fight me on our ground. That's definitely how this is going to work. The only issue is the Russian army is slower and more sluggish than I'm used to. But, it's going to be very difficult to dislodge any Russians from any kind of position they decide they're going to hold on to. So, there's that fact as well. Yes. Let's see here. I believe this should cover it there. Kievsky here. Yaroslavsky there. Grenadiers in the rear. And get the cav up here. Alright, fantastic. Excellent. Getting our positions in time is a little more difficult now. Indeed. Indeed. Artillery is opening fire. On the double quick cavalry. I need to do something about our future horse grenadiers to improve their speed, because right now it's abysmal. It's not great. Excellent. We've got a really strong position here, so that is good news. They do have their cavalry kind of protecting the artillery somewhat. Thankfully, I mean, they've got a 25 and 19 and 25 and 19, so we should be able to overcome that. Our cavalry is not great, but they're not horrendous either. The issue that we have with our cavalry is how slow they are. I think we better bring the cavalry back here. We're not going to get around their infantry effectively without getting hit by the cavalry to take out the guns. We're just going to have to stay in position and let their guns hit us at the moment. I'm not going to risk our cavalry just for that. That is not going to happen. Alright, well, we are holding very, very well at the moment. We are going to shift our grenadiers over with the threat of their cavalry, however. Very pleased with the performance of our men, as they are holding up very, very well. Quite swimmingly even. Alright. Somewhat reluctant to commit our grenadiers just at the moment. until we realize that they're not going to get smashed by the enemy cavalry. Our surf recruits in the center are taking some heavy fire. They're doing a decent job, though, of holding up for themselves. They really are. Ooh, they do have canister shot. That's not great. It'd be very nice if we had carbines, which we don't at the moment. Alright. I didn't charge because I didn't want to get stuck in with them with their cavalry potentially being able to come after us. Alright, fantastic. Ooh, our hussars retreated. They didn't take a whole lot of damage. A little bit, but they did retreat from that fight. Prussian musketeers are dangerous. I'm not certain. I don't think our general's going to reach them before they leave the map. That's alright, though. The main thing is that they get experience at all. Once we begin to upgrade them, they won't be so quick to leave the field. And casualty replenishment definitely helps all of these things. Yeah, those guys, they're gone. They gone. I'm going to have to adjust the musketeers a little bit, I think, because I don't want them getting flanked. Transfer the grenadiers to this flank here. Tighten the formation of the musketeers. Excellent. Pull them back. We got the other grenadiers coming back over here as well. Alright, that should help in the center. Yeah, cavalry is just waiting for any opportunity to try to outflank or outmaneuver us. They are denying me the option of enveloping them more properly. but rather have that be an issue than the issue of getting flanked and run off by enemy cavalry. Alright, fantastic. Both the cavalry are on this flank, so we're going to protect these areas, these units, with our grenadiers. The good thing is, the Yaroslavsky infantry is the unit with our Jaeger rifles at the moment, so they have the range to reach out and touch the enemy. It's fantastic, even with the casualties that we've suffered, which are not enormous, but even with such casualties, even the surf recruits are basically at full morale. Our men just, they don't care. They're Russian, they'll just keep fighting. It's absolutely phenomenal. Alright, I will advance our infantry up to get a better shot at them. Or perhaps that's not the right move. Their cavalry is coming in. Excellent. They took a volley and decided, nope, life sucks, we're out. That's good stuff. I do believe that they're going to attempt to hit the surf recruits. That's not very good. And the musketeers intercepted them. Our infantry definitely did intercept them, though the morale is not great for them at the moment. Alright, now that that threat is passed, we're going to move the infantry back up. And we get a flank attack in here by the grenadiers. And now we're going to the steel. Gonna push them off the field now. Excellent. Absolutely fantastic. Not too bad a battle there. Went fairly well. A little disappointed the Hussars decided to run off the map, but strategically speaking, it's not that big of a deal. Alright, we lost 1,200 men. We can sustain that loss. Provisions are fine. Right now we need tollers and ammo, so we're going to do that. Fantastic. I love seeing that 15% come back at the end of every battle. That is very, very helpful. Excellent. Alright, Chernishev. What are you going to get now? You have Meticulous and Defiant. Ooh, I like all of these. Accuracy and range. Combat bonuses from elevation and cover effectiveness. And morale damage received, but fire damage received goes up. It really fits, but the problem is I think it'll be too redundant, because I think our mainline infantry are very resistant to morale hits already. And we really could use any bonuses to make them better at fire. I don't know, though. That means his men just will not retreat, like, ever. We'll do it. It's thematic. It sounds great. For a Russian commander, that sounds fantastic. Alright. We need some boots or something for these guys, because they are slow as frick. Like, it is bad for these guys here. 30 speed. Youch. Okay. That is move speed 6. Move speed 4, so we're going to give that to them. Going to let these boys have that. Cartridge boxes, we could use that. Excuse me. Increase morale. Alright. That's not too bad at all. Definitely not too bad. Alright, let's make our way up here. Because we're going to go back up for those Jaeger rifles. We're doing it. There's just nothing else to it. Nothing else to it. Let's see the cost on some of these carbines also. Because giving our cavalry carbines would be huge for them. Potsdam's 28 seconds. 7 and 4. 4 and 7. Ooh, no charge bonus. I don't like that. I won't concern myself too much with it right now. Alright, we'll keep those things. Definitely need that. Check out the barracks. They didn't have any more recruits here. Okay, that's fine. Alright. That's good. On we go back up the road to get our Jaeger rifles. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Jaeger rifles. Yep, here we go. Carbines. Soul carbines. It's okay. Alright. Jaeger rifles. I don't usually buy less than excellent, but it is tempting for more casualties restored. Alright. We also need recruits. We have Frontier, Observation, and Surf recruits. How much do we need for our next brigade? Okay. Alright. That's fine. Well, that's what we got. Fantastic. 2 more Surf recruits. Now, I'm going to move our elite infantry over here so that Chernishev will benefit our recruits. Because they're in need of some assistance. I think also I may want to, as much as I hate to do that to an elite unit, I may want to swap out the weaponry with the recruits to give them better performance. I don't like doing that too much, but I do want the recruits to perform better. I can give them back that rifle too, okay. Alright, fantastic. So let's take a look at the noble estates, see what we got here. Brave, morale damage received. Firm, melee damage received. Alright. Stamina recovery. It's not bad. Meticulous. Alright. I kind of like that. Melee damage received is reduced. Not sure about the veterancy gain though, but morale and officer death chance and then charge. That's pretty good. Of course, I think what I may do... Let's see. Not sure what Firmware is going to be commanding yet. I know Chernishev is going to be commander of infantry. So we need an artillery commander, a cavalry commander, a grenadier commander, and then a commander of another type. I think we're going to get this guy because he's cheap, and we can mold him into whatever we want to make him be. And then I think we're going to have Bogdan. Of course, I'm probably going to change their commander names here, but I think I'm going to get him for the Grenadiers. I mean, that works for cavalry as well. So, let's do that. We're not going to get any more commanders than that, but that should work for now. For sure. Alright. And we'll do that. We'll do that so we can get him some experience. And Firmware, he's a good commander, and he is with us from the start, so I'm going to give the veteran units to him. And this guy, we'll just have him in reserve for now. Alright, fantastic. Let's see. We have to get our battlefields, which are in here. I want to take out that army, if we can. But what we're going to start doing now we have more units, we're going to start raiding. So let me double check and make sure we've got everything we wanted from this place. We got officers. We got sales. This isn't one for sales, so we don't necessarily need to come back. The recruits would be nice, but nah. Alright. So this is where being Russian really comes in handy. $5 per regiment daily. 3 provisions per regiment daily. We're going to burn the crap out of this place. Excellent. And actually, since we got more money... Oh, never mind. The cost went up because we're burning it. Alright, fantastic. As you were. Oh no, the headquarters was notified. Got some items. We're already almost up to 1,000 in ammo. 1,068 for provisions and 653 for gold. Got some fantastic items here for our men, which is something we needed somewhat desperately. Fantastic. This can go on you. This can go here. Alright. That went swimmingly for us. Oh no. Durban. What's going on? You look ripe for the taking. Oh, have to maybe check out that encampment when we come back around for our battlefields. Durban, do you have anything I want before I burn you to the ground? Well... some recruits, so that we can get even more out of you. I think... we should do some frontier recruits. I like the idea of some Pandurs now. Not as much the grenadiers, but the light troops could be very useful. As our Cossacks. Yeah, let's do frontier recruits. Let's do that. Excellent, excellent. Absolutely fantastic. All right. Frontier recruits. And now we're going to raid. Excellent. Now instead of losing food, we're getting food, which is absolutely phenomenal. Who needs stamina right now? That's good stuff. All right. All right, not too bad. Not too bad at all. I don't recall what this thing was. We're going to check it out. Reserve officer, 1 light cavalry regiment. I kind of like that, but... Well, I suppose we're going to do this now because we're going to give them this officer that we paid 36 for a light infantry or light cavalry regiment. All right, Cossacks. That's excellent. I like that. I like having Cossacks with me there. That's great. There we go. All right, Cossacks. That's fantastic. We're not capable of taking that army on just yet, I don't believe. Battlefields are here. Might be an entrenched army down south and some things up north here. I know it's a little redundant, but we're going to circle around here again so I can get this and we can get all these battlefields down here. I know it sometimes may seem like a little bit of a waste of time, but we have been able to raid, which is excellent. It's something we really need. Yeah, we're going to do regiments. Training. Alright, let's see. Surf recruits are 3s now. Right, we have 3 cavalry. 2 grenadiers. Multiple infantry. No artillery. I might make them artillery, but we just don't have any guns just yet. We will be remedying that, however, at some point in the near future. Alright, let's head on down here right quick. We're going to sell anything that's kind of considered to be junk. Or extra stuff. Right now while we can. That includes, I'm going to double check the units for anything. XP gain is nice, but it's not that nice. For anything that we can sell while we're here. Alright. Let's see, they still have thousands of cash, yeah. The thing is, we're on day 125 out of 180. I don't think we'll be back once we head this way. And I want to make sure our men have enough food. So we're going to put it to the torch. Alright. That's fantastic because we can use all of those things. This is good for grenadiers. Artillery. It's also a grenadier item right there. Artillery item. Infantry, I believe we can use this now, though. Let's put these on some of the recruits here. Fantastic. Alright. So we're going to head east now so we can complete our objectives. Prussian Freikorps recruits. Austrian Grenzers. Cossacks, subsidy recruits, or Frenchmen. I don't really want to give up provisions, though, so let's not do that. Well, we may do Frenchmen because they're allied to us, sort of. I do Grenzers, but I don't want to do provisions right now. That's dangerous for us. If we do French, though, that'll be more cavalry, most likely. We could do subsidy recruits, I suppose. And we'll do Freikorps. I haven't got to check out the Freikorps yet. That should be good. Let's do that. We are going to put the Kievsky in reserve so that we can utilize these recruits. Alright, let's take a look-see here. Yeah, because... let's see, their field artillery is okay. It has good reload. Alright. They have dragoons. So basically it's for the veteran Jaegers. That's what I want. That is fantastic. Having some veteran Jaegers, that will be very, very good for us. And our food consumption is 29 a day. Oh. Okay. Cheap reservists available. That's fantastic. We're going to find that we're going to have to buy food pretty much everywhere we go to sustain this army right now. So I'm going to stay away from getting that many more recruits at the moment. Unless it turns out we desperately need them. Alright. And I believe we're going to burn this one too. I don't know that we'll get any encamped armies to fight, because we're trying to just sustain our resources at the moment. But we can get the excuse me, the battlefields, which will be very essential. But yeah, we're going to burn this place because we really, really need food for our men. Desperately. Alright. Those are pretty good items. Let's put these up here for the infantry. Alright. Fantastic. Ooh, armies. Let's chase down these armies. We can use some more battles. Alright. Fantastic. Here we are. We have 3 full brigades now. We have the Kievsky Musketeers in reserve. We have solidified a lot of our resources for the most part. We're getting a lot better now that we can do raiding effectively. Though our drain is 29 a day, so we're going to have to constantly manage the provisions. Very pleased with our army. We have a small force here. We got 3 battlefields to get. Another army up here. Hopefully more battles we'll get before Act 1 is done. And maybe we can get some encampment battles because we're in desperate need of doctrines. Especially if we can find a doctrine that reduces our provision consumption. Alright. Well, I'm going to call it here. I want to keep going and going and going and going and going. Unfortunately, that's not something I can do at the moment. So, we will continue with the Battle of Alt Outs in the next episode. Thank you all for joining me. God bless.